cycling today. What's up all, Dwayne Pedals here. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you all about cycling nutrition, or rather just nutrition overall. This includes bonking and what it means to feel good on the bike during long endurance rides. I'm sure we've all been there before when it comes to bonking on the bike due to the lack of nutrition, and it sucks. I don't particularly come from the healthiest background, but I do feel that I've come a long way when it comes to my nutrition personally. And I wanted to shed some light on that because I feel like it's an important aspect to cycling when it comes to staying upright on the bike and keeping the rubber side down, right? Especially when you're riding with friends or even by yourself, and and you just want to feel dialed in. So I don't come from the most healthiest background growing up. I mean, I used to eat it all from KFC, snacks at the local bodega, after school, before school, cup of noodle soups, I could name it all, But I do feel like I've come a long way when it comes to my cycling nutrition. And when I started cycling, I started to really pay more attention to my health. I used to think, having a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios before a ride in the morning, meeting with the group, was the way to go. And then coming back home post-ride and smashing out a meat pasta for recovery was like the go-to, when it comes to recovery. But then I started feeling tired, and my lack of recovery, it just took longer for me to bounce back, and feel dialed in when it came to my next ride. And so, I'm gonna share with you just a few video clips of me on the borderline of bonking. And these are bike packing trips and some maybe just regular ride footage, but I wanted y'all to just kind of see where I'm coming from here. So let's check it out. All right, we're about 38 miles in out of Bellin, and I obviously lost a little bit of body fluid. See me, but feeling
That's
good.
Why you wear a white jersey.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell that way.
Totally.
Or you just don't sweat like me.
Exactly. Maybe I should have put some salt in my bottles or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that in Magdalena. Day 2. This is New Mexico gravel bike touring. We rode out of Bellin yesterday, and we are now in Magdalena, which is about 77 miles south. And yesterday was tough. It was a tough day. It was a little bit scary. A lot of heat exhaustion. Basically under the sun for about 9 hours, and it took its toll on my body. So was gonna call it last night because honestly I felt like shit, but recovered a bit, got some nutrition in, did some stretching, and we modified the route a bit. So we're gonna take a bit of a different way to get into Socorro today. We're not gonna be going further south, so we're just gonna do some easy miles. Well, I wouldn't say easy, but it's a bit less stressful on the body.
How you feel?
Cold.
It's cold,
but it's windy. It just feels good. The ride feels good. That wind is definitely, you can feel it pushing us back a little bit.
Yeah, the headwind, for sure.
Yeah. No, it's feeling good. It's a bit crappy out. I guess you don't get sunny days all the time. So what do you do when your body is under stress like that? You saw I was riding under heat. I was riding under extreme cold conditions. I was going on really big miles. What do you do when you're near hitting the wall and, you don't have enough food on you? Well, you plan ahead. You plan ahead by understanding your body, and a lot of it's going to be rolling through the punches, a lot of trial and error to figure out what you need. I'm a pretty big guy, so I'm going to require a lot more hydration, a lot more water, a lot more food than other cyclists. And these are things that I've learned over time. So in terms of diets, I've tried a lot of different things in my time. I've started out, from, of course, eating BS foods to pescatarian. I've tried the plant-based diet, and I've done that for 2 years. And, you know, nothing wrong with the plant-based diet, but it just wasn't sustainable for me. I wanted to experience different cultures through bike touring. And I said before, when I traveled outside the US, I wanted to experience culture. And I think the best way to do that is through the food. And so, you know, after the 2 years being plant-based, I toured in Colombia and wanted to experience the food there and the cultural differences versus the US. And from there, I began eating meat again. And so one of the things that that also snowballed into me where I am now. And where I am now is on the whole foods diet. And I hate saying that word diet because I just feel like that's like more of a temporary thing, but it's a lifestyle. It became a lifestyle for me. And so I want to chat with you more about that and how that became a lifestyle now for me and has been for the past 8 months. Now, after I started consuming more whole foods, I began feeling better, like magically feeling better. And it just felt more sustainable for me. And so this is what I was doing for the past 8 months, and actually maybe even longer than that. In May, I did a big challenge, and I'll share it with you on my Instagram feed. It's another Instagram, not Dwayne Pedals, but my Velo Hit, which was my training program at the time, where I was sharing a transformation because I started feeling really good about what I was doing. And I wanted to share it with people and see if they wanted to do a challenge around it for 1 month. And it was to eat for 30 days, a whole foods diet, and work out once or twice a day. And this not only benefited me physically, but also mentally. And leading into my Belgian waffle ride race in California, I just felt super dialed in on that entire race, with the exception of my mechanical, which you all may know about now with my crank arm braking. I felt in the best shape of my life, and I continue to feel in the best shape of my life. And it's what I'm doing currently right now is staying on that whole the whole foods diet. And I don't think it's no turning back from here. I'm just gonna continue doing it. All right, now I did wanna just jump to that 30-day challenge that I shared with you all before about getting on the whole foods diet and working out once or twice a day on my Velo Hit feed. So you can just kind of see how I got started and everything. So let's go ahead and jump to that. It's the feed here, and that's the video. That's where I started it. Hey, I'm Dwayne, and this is my 30-day Jump Into Gear challenge. Over the next 30 days, I'll be documenting my journey to becoming fitter, faster, and stronger physically and mentally, and I want you to join me and do the same. Check out the description for all the details on what I'll be doing daily. Share this challenge with a friend who wants to transform into the best version of themselves. Let's go! Now, what you saw in that video was what I was consuming for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and which is what I still consume to this day. I wanted to spin over to the on-the-bike nutrition as well, and some of the supplements that I take when I'm on big rides or even doing local rides before work and stuff starts. So we're gonna hop over and do some shopping on Scratch Labs. Scratch Labs is basically what I like to use for my go-to nutrition. I've been using them for years, and the stuff just works. So I continue to do that to this very day. And let's go ahead and jump over, and I'll show you like what I like to use. So here we have the Scratch Labs. So here we are on the Scratch Labs website. Let's go ahead and check out some of the hydration. We'll start there. There are two main components that I use to my supplementation when it comes to performance. I like to start with the Hydration Sport Drink Mix, which is really good stuff here. Let's open up another tab. Oop, actually, let's just click that out and go into the details. So my go-to flavor is their fruit punch, and I also really like their pineapple. These are great, really good, simple sugars that are really easy on my stomach, and so I really like to consume this. I'll throw a scoop or two in one bottle, and I'll be pretty much good to go. Let's go back. I want to show you the super high carb drink mix. This stuff is one of my go-tos for big endurance rides. So what you do, you could pack in up to 7 scoops. That'll give you 400 calories if you get the big pouch here. And it has something called a, let's go to the ingredients. a cluster dextrin, which is a complex carbohydrate that's really good for performance athletes. If you're doing some pretty big miles, this stuff will give you the energy that you need, that'll hold you throughout your entire ride. So I always consume this if I'm going on like a really big ride, especially here in Miami, Florida, where it's like super hot. You're training in the heat all year round. So this stuff, these two are my go-tos when it comes to sports hydration mix drinks. If you want to check out some of their recovery stuff, let's go into that, because this is also really good stuff, is their recovery sport drink mix. And there's a couple different options. You can get it in chocolate. This is one of the go-tos I like to use as well, but I like to get the vegan version just because I find that, you know, it's just easier on my stomach. And I try not to consume too much meat. I like to milk, so I do it in a different forms of foods. But I do like to get their chocolate sports recovery drink mix in the vegan recovery version, which is really, really good. So I mix this with like 8 ounces of water and 2 scoops of this, and I'm dialed in after a ride when I get back home in terms of recovery. Another recommendation is their cookbooks. The one that I own is Feed Zone Portables, and I actually have it right here for you. This book is amazing and I highly recommend it. You could make your own foods basically from whole foods at home, and you can just kind of see here from start to finish, like, you know, inside the book you have lots of different options in terms of how you could craft your own home cooked meals, and make them portable and throw them inside of your jersey pocket. So I've been doing a lot of home cooked meals in this book here and taking them on big rides as well, so that I can incorporate my Whole Foods diet that I've been doing, my Whole Foods lifestyle rather, into my cycling journey throughout my years of doing this stuff. So highly recommend this book, and I'm not paid by or sponsored by Scratch Labs at all. I'm just sharing with you what has helped me throughout my cycling journey, and so just wanted to offer value there and share this with you. And if you want to pick it up, definitely go for it. Highly recommend. So that about wraps up the video. Look, I did want to also mention that from that 30-day challenge, I had created a menu guide for you all to download. You can check it out on the Amazon website, and you can peek through it and see if it's something that you might want to incorporate into your current lifestyle for healthy food habits and everything, and in eating to become fit, faster, and stronger on the bike. So I'll leave that in the description below for you all to check out. I hope you all enjoyed the video. You already know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Peace out.